Hello everyone and welcome back to another Outriders video. Today I've got a really cool build for you for the pyro. I really enjoy running this build. It feels really good. The phaser beam is absolutely amazing. It feels very Ironman. And therefore I wanted to put something together a little bit different from the Ash Blast build that I usually run. But just before we get started, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload more Outriders videos. Or come and check me out live on Twitch, twitch.tv/DJTICKLE, where I could be live streaming right now doing Eye of the Storm help, or CT help, or anything Outriders related. With that said, let's get started. So this phaser beam skill has always enticed me because it looks really cool. And I thought, you know what, I really do want to build a build with this. But unfortunately, pieces have been really hard to come by and RNG has not favoured me. Therefore, I am really late to the game with this build. But in saying that, I've got a much better understanding of pyro. Put together it how I think is possibly best. There's plenty of variations all over YouTube about this. So here we go. So I've decided to go obviously with the 3-piece Akari. I think that's pretty much mandatory. You're going to need the set bonus to give you that extra oomph. And I've got 2 purple pieces in there as well. Let's start with the guns. I'm using the Death Shield with Fortress and Morning Winds. The Ammonite with Morning Winds and Fortress. And then I'm using just any pistol you can use here, whatever you want, but with Morning Winds. And the reason I'm doing that is because, as you can see, let me make sure they all need reloading. You can proc a hell of a lot of damage with 3 Morning Winds. So if your skills are down for whatever reason, you can stagger the bad guys and do loads of damage. It's super crazy that reloading does this much damage. But 3 of them will absolutely get you out of a troublesome spot when you need it. You can obviously go with other things like Sandstorm and Shadow Comet if you wanted to. I know it's a little bit harder to proc 3 Morning Winds on a console, so maybe think about them as alternatives if you need to. Looking at the helmets of the Akari, we've gone with Fire Tsunami, which it comes with as default, but I've gone with Ashen Champion. So the phaser beam inflicts ash on enemies instead of burn. Each enemy boosts your anomaly power by 20% for 10 seconds and it stacks up to 5 times. So it's a lot of anomaly damage. That on top of the gear set bonus, every enemy damaged by heatwave grants 50% anomaly power for 10 seconds. You can literally fly up to 1,000,000 anomaly power when everything procs. If you get it absolutely perfect, you get a huge bunch of enemies together. Your damage just becomes absolutely insane. Then we're going to look at the chest piece of the Akari. Gone with Captain Hunter. You could perhaps run Ashen Boost here instead if you wanted. It's up to you. I would probably go with Captain Hunter if you're running solo, just to give you a little bit of an advantage over the elites. But if you're constantly in a team, you might find that running Ashen Boost might give you a little bit more of an edge. Then we've got Tidal Wave. It comes on the Akari chest as standard. Heat Wave can be activated 1 more time. We'll flip down to the boots. Now unfortunately these come with max health, but they also come with Master Consumer, and it also allows us to get another tier 3 mod onto our set, which is Detonator. It decreases the skills cooldown by 50% because that becomes insane. Overheat becomes super powerful because of the amount of anomaly damage that we can stack. Ideally, when it comes to skills, we would like anomaly power, status power, and cooldown reduction. We don't have that option because the Akari pieces are static. That's definitely what you're going to want on your purples. On the legs, you can see I've got the 3 I've just mentioned, the anomaly, the status, and the cooldown reduction. Then I've got frequent phaser. The phaser beam reduces the skills cooldown by 30%. This is huge. Definitely needed. Definitely needed. And I've got unstoppable force. It increases your anomaly power by 50% of your resistance piercing. And you will see in just a second, this looks strange because I've got 0 resistance pierce. But if we very quickly flip over here, Activating ignite skills increases your armor piercing by 45% and resistant piercing by 45% for 10 seconds. So we're going to get a boost from this class node. But we'll come back to that in just a second. Then we'll take a look at the hands. You can see size matters. Increases the beam's radius by 100%. It makes it huge. Definitely needed. And then heat wave, damage enemies, take 25% more damage for 8 seconds. Just always worth it because everything we do starts with heat wave. Now, obviously you probably noticed as I've flipped through the gear, I've not actually maxed all these pieces out yet because this was actually a work in progress. I've done a run with it, a chem plant run. I'll put that at the end so you can see it in practice, but it worked really well. It's really strong already without being maxed out, so I will go to the vendor and get them maxed out next, but I'm happy with the pieces as they are. Skills, we're going to be using double heat waves, then we're going to be using the phaser beam, and then after that you're going to give it a few seconds, let the ash set into all the enemies that you hit if they don't die, and then you're going to be using overheat then for some extra insane damage. It's such a good combination. Then we're going to look at the class tree. Bit of a strange one, but we needed this node at the end for this to kind of synergize and all kind of work together. But obviously you can see we're going to be concentrating on cooldowns, damage against marked enemies, which is great because we're always marking them up with our skills. This is kind of nice when it comes to fighting bosses because we get some extra damage when they get lower in health. This gives us some extra anomaly power, so definitely worth going down here and taking that. We have quite a lot of skill leech in this build. Now, unfortunately, at the moment, that doesn't work very well because we've got issues with the game. That's meant to be in a patch today that's meant to be fixed. So hopefully, when that gets fixed today, the skill leech will be worth way more, and you'll feel actually pretty tanky as well. And obviously, like I was saying before, this skill gives us extra anomaly power because it actually bumps up our resistance piercing. And that is going to be it. Let me know if you've run a phaser build. It certainly is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to go to the vendor now and get these pieces maxing out and then go and jump in and try and farm some mods that I am missing. Be sure to come and check me out over on Twitch, twitch.tv/DJTICKLE. I'll be live right now as this video goes live. And enjoy the chem plant run. Thank you for watching, everybody. Goodbye.
to the heart of the facility.
All I'm missing is some elevator music. Whatever that thing is, that's disabled. Whoa. Shira, about those energy spikes? The insurgents had a functioning power cell down here.
What did you do with it?
It's disabled. I'll see if Zahidi can take a look at it. And I found a pod down here.
You saved some lives today, Outrider. I would expect nothing less from you.
Oh.